Check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2. Peace and love, family. Welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. I am your host, Brother Tariq Nasheed. Who in the building? Where you at? Can you hear me? You know when I come back, after I'm gone for a little while, sometimes I have issues. So I need to make sure you can hear me. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Turn my mic down. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Check, check, check. Can anybody hear me? Check 1. Check 2. All right. Let me see. Okay. Let me see what I got. Some sounds going on here. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Peace and love, family. Can you hear me now? Check 1 2. All right. So, family, I'm going to give you the breakdown. People been asking for the breakdown, family. People been asking for the breakdown, so I got to bring you the breakdown. Y'all want the breakdown? Press 7, family. If you want the breakdown, I'm going to give you the breakdown. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't want anybody to catch feelings in this breakdown. You know what I'm saying? If you want the breakdown, I'm going to give you the breakdown. Now, you know my breakdown is going to be different than everybody else's breakdown. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to give you the breakdown. Let me just make sure that I got everybody on deck. I want to share this to at least 2 platforms right now. So give me a second. You take a second and let's share it to at least 2 platforms. Hold up. Before I do that, let me put some lotion on my hands for somebody try to zoom in on my hands and all that, and then zoom in. Make sure got no food in my teeth. They zoom in on stuff like that. I don't care. I'm a regular person, so I don't care. You know what I mean? I just turned 53 years old. You know what I'm saying? I got 53-year-old teeth. You know what I'm saying? They looking pretty good for 53. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got the money to go get the veneers. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Family, in this show tonight and going forward, I want you to know that this is what you're watching being played out in the government as well on social media. It's all theater. It's theater. Family, make no mistake about it. It's theater. But you have got to pay attention to the theater and not take it seriously. Understand? You have to pay attention to this theater. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down this theater for you. And I guarantee you it's going to resonate with you. Family, what you think is not and what you think not is. I'm trying to tell you, if you notice how Trump is playing the Iran card, he got people believing that they got everything under control. But if you watch the news over the water, over the desert, this a whole different story. You know what I'm saying? What it looks like, GS on the side of town. Man, it's looking good, family. Don't forget to support with the thumbs up, family. The reason why I've been away, I got a lot going on. And YouTube don't pay no bills. You know what I'm saying? YouTube don't pay no bills. And I'm going to tell you straight up, in my Umar voice, hit the Cash App, family. The more you support, the more I could be here. But guess what? I got babies, man. I got more science to teach. I got a lot of stuff going on. I mean, I got high prioritized life. But let me thank everybody who does support. It is a person, my brother Thurman Smart, who always make a contribution to the Cash App, help me out with some coffee now and again. Then there's another person that out of the blue that be looking out that I really appreciate, and I don't give her enough shout out. But every once in a while, she just look out, and I appreciate the birthday gift from Miss Cobb. I'm going to just say Miss Cobb. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And if I don't mention you for your support, don't think it go unnoticed, because it is noticed. But it just pop up out of the blue. Some people just hit me up out of the blue and they be like, happy birthday, or good show. It's another brother that's out of the blue. I haven't seen him hit me lately, but let me see if I can find him real quick. I want to thank him too. But out of the blue, Mr. David. Eon David, man, I really appreciate you. Because these two, they pop out the blue and hit me, and I might don't even be doing a show, and they will hit me up, and so I appreciate it. Like I said, I don't care if it's a cup of coffee, I don't care what it is, you know what I mean? If you can keep me motivated and keep me accelerated, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. Appreciate Starlight. I appreciate Crip, and it's too many to name. It's too many to name. But let's get on with the show, family. Family, listen. I don't want you. Somebody say Miss Cobb. No, man. she ain't sent me no pork chop and cabbage soup. Hold up. I ain't think about that. It's good. Tasty. Good. Good. Hey, family, I'm about to start cutting up again, family. I've been too conservative with y'all. I've been too conservative with y'all. I've been way too conservative. Press 7 if y'all need me to start cutting up for this season, family. I've been too conservative. This is the show for the night, though. What you think? What you think, family? Have I been too conservative? I ain't been cutting up. Good. We got to bring up sound bites, man. We got to get goofy a little bit, man. Listen, man, it's a rough time out here for the family, man. We got to get goofy. You know what I mean? But anyway, man, all right, I'm going to start cutting up. Don't get mad at me when I start cutting up. Now, listen, family, this is a serious show. This is a serious show, and I want to send this to my bro real quick. So everybody hit that thumbs up as I send this out. Because I want to make my position clear real quick, and then I'm gonna start the show. I mean, I'm gonna start the show. Here we go. All right. And then I'm going to start the show. Let me start it like this, family. Y'all in the building? Let me see how many people we got in the building. I think I can start with y'all. Oh, yeah, we got plenty in the building. I think I can start with y'all. Family, listen to me. Many people ask me about what did I think about the new developments as it relates to 19 Keys. And then many people was asking, what about if they get rid of Dr. Maat? Family, I don't see things as everybody see things. I really don't. And when I break down this show to you tonight, you will understand much more clearer what I mean by theater. A few weeks ago, I spoke to Dr. Maat, and due to some of the shows that was hosted on her platform, on her YouTube channel, I said to myself, I might owe her an apology, because I've implied that she is endorsing FBA and also being a quote-unquote Pan-Africanist. She's been on the stage at the FBA rally. No harm, no foul. She was in buck breaking. No harm, no foul. In 2026, she's also in Hidden Color 6. Now, a few weeks ago, because of the things that she had aired on her platform, I said, well, I may be in error. And I said, you know what? I'm going to make a public apology. But there's a saying in Moorish science that I hold dear to my heart. And the saying goes like, a wise man doubteth often. In other words, if you wise, you will reconsider things over and over and over and over again, even have doubt in your decision to make sure that you make the right decision. So a wise man doubt often. A fool know everything but his own ignorance. So a fool make a decision and stick with it. But a wise man says, hold up, maybe I could have been wrong. Maybe I could have been error. So, and that's the concept. Right? So as I thought about giving the public apology to Dr. Maat, I said to myself, hold up, how would she be in Hidden Color 6 after all of the information that Tariq Nasheed put out, even demonizing the elder Professor James Smalls, who is an elder of Pan-Africanism, also has demonized Pan-Africanism? What true Pan-Africanists would allow themselves to be on the same panel trying to weave in a concept that the panel is diametrically opposed to? It doesn't make sense. It's not logical. After all of the evidence that have been produced, there's no reason that a Pan-Africanist should be endorsing or even giving their energy to a platform that is predicated upon demonizing and separating the people of African descent. There is no justification for it. There is no justification for it. There is no rationale. There is no justification for it. When you know, listen, once you know that a person has an agenda, and the agenda is consistent with the white supremacist agenda, with the imperialist agenda, to keep us divided, to keep us fighting, to keep us going at each other's throat. Once you made that decision, there's no way that a Pan-Africanist would be on that panel unless they possibly compromised. Now listen, I can only go by a conspirator concept of being compromised. Because I know the principles that I have, there's no way that I can sit next to somebody who is diametrically opposed to what I believe that is better for our people and act like I don't know that they're running game. I couldn't do it. Now, there's a difference. If I'm sitting next to a brother in the Nation of Islam that really believes in the doctrine in which he espoused, I can sit next to him. If I sit next to a Christian that really believes in the doctrine they espouse, I can sit next to him or her. But sitting next to somebody or gracing the stage of somebody who is calculated and executing the demonization of African people, there is no way I can sit across or sit on if I'm not trying to go and butt some heads intellectually to settle the score. And anybody that does that, there is no way that we should be giving anybody a pass. Because at the end of the day, it might be theater to somebody else, but it's liberation for the people who put their life on the line every day. For the people who put their life on the line every day, it's not theater. For the people who travel with their own dollar every day, it's not theater. For the people who travel with their wife, children, and invest in community activism, it's not theater. It's serious business. For the ancestors that lost their life with the Pan-African ideal, it's not theater. For the Fred Hamptons, it's not theater. For the Malcolm X's, it's not theater. And we can go on and on and on. And so for a person to put themselves in a position to be characterized as theater for somebody else's pockets, oh my goodness, I'm nervous of you. And that's anybody. So I had to rethink it. So family, the boogeyman is back. I'm trying to go live every day this week because I got thoughts on a lot of stuff that's been going on.
Certified boogeyman.
The boogeyman is back. We ain't taking no shorts.
Certified boogeyman. Certified boogeyman.
Check 1, 2.
Certified boogeyman.
Don't become the content.
We're gonna speak the truth, regardless of whether you like that truth or not.
Certified boogeyman.
We're in the 21st century. How people are poor, hungry,
Don't become
ragged,
the content.
naked and out of doors.
Certified
How people
boogeyman.
are being
we back
murdered on a
certified
daily and
boogeyman.
consistent basis.
It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you. A couple weeks frost and crept through. You put the bean on me, I didn't neglect you. Time's up, allow me to bless you. They yell reparations and they got your attention. A failed clown rapper, claim he was pimping. What you don't know, he was a fed since 9-0. Cosmo Flex was a front for 5-0.
Certified
Let's
kid.
go!
Dropped in a pit of snakes
Certified boogeyman.
and trying to figure out which one
Certified
has
boogeyman.
the back.
Certified
This
boogeyman.
tongue, this one is not
Certified
poison.
boogeyman.
FBA laughing Yeah. with you the Romans. Hey family, don't become the content. Don't become the content. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I should put these shirts up for sale because some people just gonna have to be the content. When they do idiotic stuff, they will become the content. I'm warning you, you podcasters, you fake revolutionaries, you fake liberators, don't become the content. Anybody feel that slogan? That's the new slogan for Moorish World TV. Don't become the content. Please, I will do a series about you trying to mislead our people. Let's get down to business. Press 7 if that's a good slogan. Don't become the content. That's the new slogan, family. Because we're going to make content out these people, man. That's right. Oh, you just trying to get views. Yup. And you will be the content. Now, here we go. Let me start off with this. Family, one of the things that I want to share with you about my assessment of 19 keys. I want you to understand what I mean by theater. Tariq Nasheed's objective is to sell a Blu-ray DVD when DVDs don't even have players to play them in. When people don't have DVD players to play them in. However, his objective is not necessarily to sell a DVD. His objective is to spend as little money as possible to produce a cheap product called a documentary and get someone to pay him $250,000. Listen, family. His objective is never to sell a DVD. Let me tell you why. When people do documentaries or they do movies independently or by a big movie house, they have their movies and their documentaries registered so they can see how many is sold, so they can see how successful they really are. If you go and track any of the movies that Tariq Nasheed has produced, you will not be able to track the success. Any book that Tariq Nasheed put out, although he say that the book sold X amount of copies, you cannot find where these numbers were recorded. And here is the reason. Here is the reason. Because the moment that it's recorded, it becomes trackable and traceable, and you have to be accountable for the money that it makes. That's one of the reasons. Number two, he also can inflate the success of it and confuse popularity with success. Let me give you an example. Many of the rappers that I grew up listening to, they were popular, but they wasn't successful as it related to money. You see what I'm saying? They wasn't successful, but they were popular. Popularity does not equal money. And so just because Hidden Colors was the talk in urban circles doesn't mean that it was successful as it relates to money. But how does the success happen? The success happens is just like Tariq just mentioned on his podcast. The success happens is he make a throwaway product and then he get donations for $250,000 and he made just as much money as any movie house makes for a documentary. So
I just made $250,000 in 30 days. Really? Did I get finessed?
So when he says he just made $250,000 in 30 days, he made more money than any movie house that puts out a documentary. Why did I say that? Because most movie houses that put out documentary or production companies that put out documentaries, they have to wait at least 6 months to a year to calculate the revenue that come in, and they don't even make that much money. So when he get the donations,
I just made $250,000 in 30 days. Really? Did I get finessed?
So when he get the donations, he get $250,000 in 30 days, and the average, listen, and the average person that does a documentary, they do not make that in 6 months to a year of putting out an official, real, legitimate documentary. Press 7 if you understand the hustle. This is the H6 hustle. So at this point, he don't have to sell one DVD. The movie is already made. It's already made with AI. And it's made not only with AI, it's made with YouTube personalities. None of these people are experts in any of the topics in what he's talking about. This is why we call it a grift. Are y'all with me so far? Y'all want my breakdown or not? This is why we call it a grift. It's a grift because the average, listen, you can do the research yourself. The average documentary, if it makes $250,000, that is a successful documentary. That is a very successful documentary. Now, what y'all so used to is these polished documentary on Netflix where Netflix pays millions of dollars to a producer to buy their product. We're not talking about that type of documentary. The average documentary does not make $250,000. And if they do, they definitely doesn't make it in 30 days. Y'all see the grip? This is why he finessed the people. The documentary is done with YouTube personalities. The documentary is done with washed up hoteppers. The documentary is done with up and coming hopefuls of FBA concepts. You ain't got to pay them nothing. All they want is some screen time. That's it. All they want is some screen time. They so thirsty, they just want screen time. And they want to be associated with the illusion. See, what they don't understand about the illusion, that it's not an official documentary as we see documentaries like Yeezy. It's not official documentary as the documentaries that we see on Netflix. It's not official because there is no accounting for it. I mean, this man is in love with Tariq. Absolutely, I love my people, and I love them so much that I love you too, and I'm going to bring you into the knowledge of him. I brought him saying he made $250 last evening, that he tried to clean it up and say in a collective effort. No. We know what he said. You know what I mean? So where is getting the $250,000 from 30 days? Somebody say, where is getting the $250,000 from a 30 days? Okay, the $250,000 in 30 days, it comes from the donations that came in for Hidden Colors 6. That's where it come from. All right, right here. This is a $250,000 in 30 days. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up for you. Obviously, we don't see it. Here we go. There is the $250,000. That's the start of it. And once it's all over, here is the graph where he made a $250,000 in 30 days. All right. He made a quota. Hold up, that's the wrong graph. I'm sorry. You caught me off guard with that question. But anyway, here we go. Here is 165 and 17 and 7 days left to go. And so he got donations. He got donations for $250,000 within 30 days. But we know, now let me bring it back. In reality, we know that he was financed and FBAs didn't pay him $250,000. It looks like that on Kickstarter. We know where at least 80,000 come from. We know where that come from. You know what I'm saying? We know where that come from when we look at the graph. We already know where that come from. But now, forget all of that. Let's get back to the analysis. I want you to understand how the hustle work. And Moochie Bear put me up on a part of this. Every single time that there's a film come out by Tariq Nasheed, especially something that he can put controversy to, he will. So if you remember in 2018, maybe you don't remember, but me being around for a while do understand this. If you remember in 2018, the conflict when he was coming out with the next Hidden Colors was him and Umar Johnson. How did he sell the Hidden Colors in 2018? It was him and Umar Johnson going back and forth. Do anybody remember that? It was Umar, and they burned up the internet with their back and forth. And he said that Umar would be in no more Hidden Colors. Y'all might don't remember that, but it was a big blow up. They was going at each other hard body. At the end of the day, it was a part of the promotional campaign. You hear what I say? Promotional campaign in the social media era is just keeping attention on what is going on. And now, while Umar is coming at Tariq is using the momentum to promote the new Hidden Colors. And so Umar never says, don't go see Hidden Colors. Umar would never say Hidden Colors is trash. Umar would never say Hidden Colors is pseudo. Umar would never say things like that. He would talk about Tariq. They will build the algorithms, and Tariq will talk about Hidden Colors. Press 7 if you understand social media promotion. Please press 7 if you understand social media promotion. He would talk about Tariq. Tariq would take that momentum and talk about Hidden Colors. And now Hidden Colors rises into the social media algorithms and instigates people to go and check it out, or to donate, or to even buy the DVD at the end. This is what it's all about. This is all theater. You got to understand how theater works. While y'all think they really beefing, there is no big beef going on with them. It's all theater. Listen, the same thing when FBA begins to die down on social media, Umar Johnson comes out of the woodwork and start talking about DAFA. You understand? It's all theater. It's not real. See, people be having these conversations on the internet and thinking that it's real. It's all theater, family. It's all to sell a product. All of these people on the internet are vendors. They're trying to sell you intellectual ideas, or they're trying to sell you a product. They're vendors. They're not liberators. They're not educators. They're vendors. There's a big difference. The reason why you know that they're vendors, there's nothing wrong with vending. I vend myself. There's nothing wrong with vending, but the difference that you understand, what you need to understand about vendors, they have no real community of their own. So you ask yourself, where is Tariq Nasheed community where he practiced the things he talk on the internet? It doesn't exist. Where is Umar community where he practiced the things that he talk on the internet? They don't exist. Where is Reza Islam community where he practiced the things he talk on the internet? It doesn't exist. Where is 19 Keys community where he practiced the things he talk on the internet? It doesn't exist. These are vendors, and they're using these little conflicts to sell you on a concept and get you to buy into it. These are not liberators. These are not educators. You understand? Now, you don't got to believe me if you don't want to. You don't have to believe me if you don't want to, but I'm going to tell you something. If you don't believe me, at least take this into consideration and watch how the pendulum swing. It'll go back and forth. It'll happen all the time. Remember, hold on. Remember, 1 second. Remember, this is called the 8-6 hustle and master manipulators. These are master manipulators. See, let me explain something to you. These are master manipulators. They are Yvette. That's right. So, hold on. Yvette also. These are master manipulators. When you cannot find the community where they are doing the same thing that they talking online, that is a major, major red flag. That's a major red flag. But hold on, we just getting started. We are just getting started, family. Everybody take time and hit that thumbs up real quick. Take time and hit this thumbs up. Cause listen, I do a superb show of research, and I just don't get up here and be a talking head. I'm gonna do some talking head shows, but that ain't what I do. Now, with that being said, let me drop this real quick. When you look at what happened to Professor Smalls, now, Polite was accused of the most egregious crime against a child and humanity. Not only that, Polite was also running around doing the most outrageous behavior. Tariq never removed Polite out of Hidden Colors. And the people was asking Tariq to remove Polite. Polite was gaffling people. Polite went on a scaffold and said, "We have purchased these container homes for quote unquote black people, and we are going to have homes for everybody." He got a cease and desist from the actual people that own. He was trespassing on someone else's property. You follow me? He was trespassing on someone else's property, and guess what? He was caught swindling people. And the people said, Tariq, take him out of the video. Tariq said, if you can donate 25 or 30, whatever $1,000 it was, within a couple hours, I will remove him. Polite never was removed out of Hidden Colors, whatever number it was. Now, with that being said, Professor Smalls, only thing he said was, it seems like a COINTELPRO move. Which, in fact, at the end of the day, Tariq could have easily picked up the phone and say, "Are you referring to me?" and had a discussion. But you know what he does? He removed Professor Smalls. Professor Smalls didn't commit a crime. Professor Smalls did not rob anybody. He did not swindle anybody. He did not take cookies from the cookie jar. He didn't did anything that Polite did. He removed Professor Smalls off the mural of the hidden history storage place and the club, and took him out of Hidden Colors. Now, here we go. He didn't do that to Polite. This is how we know it's theater. But let me tell you something where we going at with this now. One of the reasons that you have to understand, this is the main point that you have to understand. In this theater that you see, many of these people are connected to those people. In this theater, pay attention, family. Please, pay attention, thumbs up and share. Many of these people that you see are connected to those people. So we know that Polite, by all intents and purposes, is connected to them people. Where did Polite come from? Where is his community? Who is the people that vouched for Polite that said he was a Crip? Who is the people that vouched for Polite that say he grew up acting like a criminal in Brooklyn? Who are the people? Where they at? Nobody never seen these people that Polite talk about. Nobody. But guess what? He came with a story. Here is the story. My mother abandoned me when I was a child. I never met my father. I grew up and I joined the gang. Very vague, very vague, very vague. I grew up and I joined a gang. And in this gang, I got lost. My wife told me, hey, read this book. Similar to the Elijah Muhammad story, where Elijah Muhammad says that my wife, Claire Muhammad, says, I want you to go see Master Farad Muhammad. It's all the same story remixed all over and served to you over again, family. You got to understand grift. See, this is why history is important. You know what I mean? The same story is the story that that Elijah Muhammad talks about Claire Muhammad. It's just changed around a little bit. And then Brother Polite says that his wife said, read this book. And there was a book by Dr. York. Why Dr. York? Because Dr. York was the most popular guy at that time in Brooklyn. In fact, before there was a 125th going back and forth on Sinetta TV, the lecture halls was in Brooklyn. Brooklyn had it popping, you know what I'm saying, at that time, because Doc had all of the different schools of thought. The Ansar Law, he demonstrates some Hebrew, he demonstrates some Islam, and he demonstrates some Moorish that he thought. It was all over the place, but people could relate to all of these schools of thought. So this is where Polite enters in. Now he enters in why Dr. York is in prison. There you go. And he finesses his way in there. From there, Sinetta is blowing up on 125th Street as it relates to the YouTube era, and he slides over there. But when you pull back the layers, there is no history on Brother Polite. I mean, there is no history on Brother Polite. Now, what we do know is that he shows all the signs that he was sent by somebody. And that power went to his head and he went crazy and started doing things that they couldn't even forgive. Like what he did to that child. So that's Polite. Now you're going to see a common theme with these people. Now, when we look at 19 Keys, hold up, first, let's go to Dr. Maat. Dr. Maat was convicted of a crime here in Baltimore of a drug crime, and she went to the feds, and within that time, she got out, and next thing you know, we see her on Sinetta TV. Okay, I get it. Why is it that all the people connected to Tariq Nasheed, they seem to have some sort of connection with them peoples, and I'm talking about on a major scale. When I mean connection, I mean people going to the feds or people being associated with major crimes as it relates to public concern, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Why is it Polite? Why is it? What? Come on, hold up. Let me listen. Why is it that everybody that associate, not everybody, but it's a nice cluster of people that associates with Tariq, they always got some sketchy background that's not like some petty stuff like Tariq called me, oh, he a little dusty guy robbing liquor stores. That's what he said about me. Okay, I get it, whatever. But it's always someone that has been caught up into the web of these big people. And I'm talking about the big alphabet boys. Why is that? Let me show you the association. If you don't know, 19 Keys was associated with the black Muslim bakeries. He was a child or young, if you will, and associated with the black Muslim bakeries. Now, if you don't know what the black Muslim bakery is, the black Muslim bakeries was a group of brothers or a brother who was formerly of the Nation of Islam who developed the black Muslim bakeries in Oakland. And what he would do is he get real successful in this thing. He gets super successful. But to their credit, and they say this, they would go around and beat up some of the Muslims that were selling alcohol in the communities, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean? Now, hold up. So they would go around and they would taunt those Muslims that's selling alcohol in communities, like vigilantes. You know what I'm saying? They would go on vigilante demonstration. There was a reporter at the time. There was a reporter at the time that was following the money. They was getting a lot of contracts. They was getting the bag. They was getting to the bag. They was getting to the bag real heavy. And he was following the money. What would happen is that reporter would come up dead. Yeah, anybody familiar with the story? He would come up dead. 19 Keys association with the group was he was accused of assault. Now, that assault, he was, that was Jabril Muhammad, that's his name. Now, that assault, he actually got acquitted of. But listen to this. This was a major situation going on, right? If you don't, now listen, this was in 07, all right? This was in 07. Now, again, of course, he was acquitted, but I want to share something with you. This was a major story, right? Now, a lot of people went down from the Black Muslim Bakery story. A lot of people went down. Now, I'm not accusing 19 Keys of anything, but it sounds a little bit strange that all the people that are associated with these major takedowns find their way in association with Tariq Nasheed. Press 7 if you understand what I'm saying. They find their way in association with Tariq Nasheed. Now, with that association, hold up. With that association, you also remember that they say that Tariq Nasheed is Marcus Sanders, the one who was covered up by the FBI or the the marshals. And the people say that guy is Tariq Nasheed. It's kind of strange that all of these people that are associated with all of these major stories of crime, they become connected to Tariq Nasheed. Listen, Reza Islam. Y'all remember that story? Reza Islam? Y'all remember Reza Islam? Y'all remember Reza Islam's story? Y'all remember that, right? Y'all remember that? When Reza Islam, Ronnie Stevens, y'all remember that? When Reza Islam got the charge, he's another one. Charge dropped out of the blue. That's Hannah, his mother. And out of all the people, Reza Islam walks away with no explanation. And notice that all of these people walks through the door of this fake Islam. Tariq Nasheed, fake Islam. Reza Islam, fake Islam. And when I say fake Islam, I'm not saying fake because of the Nation of Islam or any other faction of Islam. They don't live what the tenets of what they say that they stand for. Vicky Dillard. They all end up associated with Tariq Nasheed. Vicky Dillard went to the feds. They all begin, and now we're starting to see a pattern. Now we're starting to see a pattern. And if we're not going to pay attention to the pattern, then we're not going to be able to understand what is happening right before our face. We got to pay attention to the pattern. Although the federal bankruptcy would take all the properties from the Muslim bakery, but we start to see a pattern. You understand what I'm saying? Now, somebody is grouping these people together by whether the person know or not, somebody is grouping these people together. Yes, Vicky Dillard also had crimes of dishonesty and went to the feds. Yeah. Vicky Dillard had crimes of dishonesty and also went to the feds. And these are the people that defend Tariq Nasheed. Now, when we look at people like Dr. Maat, I'm going to get to 19 Keys in a minute. But when we look at people like Dr. Maat, the problem with Dr. Maat is she claimed to be a Pan-Africanist, but she will not flat out call it straight down the line. That is suspect. That's suspect. Because, listen, I want you to listen to me, family. People that believe in Pan-Africanism, they believe that it's the path to liberation. They believe that it's a path to liberation and that this path to liberation is the only way to liberation. And any obstruction of that path to liberation is an attack on our liberation. So for a bona fide, claim to be a bona fide Pan-Africanist, would be flexible with an attack on our liberation, it makes that person questionable. And even if, let me say this, even if, are y'all with me? I'm talking too much? Am I talking too much? Y'all with me? I'm trying to philosophize this thing for y'all so y'all can understand. Even if that person will come back later and say, okay, I get it now, it would be hard to believe that person because this is the same person that operated in a successful drug operation for so long. And which means that you have to learn how to think on your toes. You know what I mean? You have to learn to think on your toes. You pushing a successful drug operation for a couple years, you have to learn to watch your back. You have to learn to decipher who's the police, who's not the police. You have to learn to reduce and deduce who's who. You see what I'm saying? So I can't give you the benefit of the doubt that you can't think now. It's hard for me to give you the benefit of the doubt if you can run a successful drug operation, but now for your liberation, you cannot call it straight down the line. I cannot. Now, if you're running a drug operation and you see someone that come off as the feds, you be quick to say, nah, leave that alone. That's the feds. But when you in your liberation and now you want me to believe that you don't know that that's the feds, you want me to believe that that person is not diametrically opposed to our liberation and you still rock with them. No. You cannot play me like that. You cannot play me like that. If you are smart enough to go to the army, if you are smart enough to make it out of the army, if you are smart enough to run a drug distribution and clean up some money, if you are smart enough to navigate your way out the federal institution called prison, you cannot convince me that you're not smart enough to understand one who is diametrically opposed to the liberation that you say that you're about. I can't give you a pass. I can't give you a pass because you were smart enough in all these other areas. You are smart enough to produce books to try to educate children. So you say. You are smart enough to become a doctor of whatever you became a doctor of, but you're not smart enough to stand there and say, this is it and this is what it is. I cannot go for that. I cannot go for that. Do you understand what I'm saying, family? We have to call it what it is. How can we go for something where a person has a history of having a decisive mind? But now all of a sudden they're brain locked. And we say, well, it takes a little time. No, you can't. You wasn't brain locked when you went and got your doctorate degree. You wasn't brain locked when you sold all that drugs. You wasn't brain locked when you navigate out the prison system. You wasn't brain locked when you took that plea. You wasn't brain locked then. But now all of a sudden you're so brain locked. No. Only a fool will fall for that one. And if I'm wrong, I will go down wrong for my assessment on that. I will go down wrong for my assessment on that. You cannot convince me that a person that make critical decisions in life that affect their life in an adverse way or in a better way, Adverse way, you sell drugs, you make decisions, you go into jail. In a better way, you get a doctorate degree, and now you got a doctor on your name. But you can't convince me. You can't convince me that now you're not that bright. Now, all of a sudden, you're not that bright. But you was bright in every other area. So you thought, nah. So liberation is not even on the plate for real. It's theater that's on the plate. It's theater. Now, back to reason. When we look at this, right? When we look at this, we'll find that this was a major story of the bakeries. Major story. This was a major story. And if you Google it, you will find it. I'm getting to a point right now. So I can break down my assessment about Reza Islam. I mean, not Reza, 19 Keys. If you are believing that 19 Keys, and Tariq Nasheed is beefing, you are in for a major letdown. Let me explain and let me go back. 19 Keys pops on the scene for all intents and purposes on social media in 2017. Before 2017, you don't see much of 19 Keys on social media. In 2017, 19 Keys pops out. But what happened before 2017? Allegedly, they was extorting people in Oakland under the Save My Community vigilante campaign, so to say. When the people ran down, when the people ran down and shut down the black Muslim bakeries and broke all of that up, everything went quiet for a while. Then pops up in 2017 into your algorithms one that was associated with this very, very high profile enterprise. Pops up in your algorithms. When it pops up in your algorithms, that means that he's on the face of all the platforms. He's on the face. His face is on all the platforms. I-95 South. He's on all the platforms, all the major platforms. He's booked for all of these platforms. The Breakfast Club, Power 99, whatever. He's on all the platforms they put in front your face. Somebody said they're actually beefing. Family, Real Talk TV. When you say someone is actually beefing, why would Tariq Nasheed take a poll to keep him on or to take him off? When there's a beef, there is no poll, my friend. Stop falling for theater, Real Talk TV. Real Talk TV. If I'm beefing with you, do you have to take a poll to remove me from your project and your production? No. Did he have to take a poll to remove Professor Smalls? No. Because Professor Smalls' situation was for real. Understand theater. It became content to do a show about 19 Keys, and that also helps promote the Hidden Color 6. Now, the minions that don't know no better, they perpetuate it like it's a beef. But for those Masonic people, they're not beefing, brother. You understand what I'm saying? The FBA people, they are taking the beef as if it's a beef. They're supposed to. They're robots. And then the people that support 19 Keys, they're also going to take it serious. But the orchestrator, The theater. Nah. Let me break this down to you, brother. Don't fall for the okie doke, brother. They're really beefing. Okay. When you're beefing with he didn't take a poll. He did not take a poll for Professor Smalls. He used that as content. That conversation helps to promote Hidden Colors. 19 Keys got his own bag. He doesn't need Hidden Colors. He doesn't need the camera of Hidden Colors, nor does he need the bag from Hidden Colors. He got his own grift going on. He doesn't need that bag. So he can sacrifice the Hidden Colors thing because he don't need Hidden Colors bag, nor do he need Hidden Colors notoriety. He has his own notoriety. He doesn't need that. So he can be expendable. He can make himself expendable, and he can fall on his sword with the Hidden Colors because he doesn't need it. These other people, now, in an honesty, cutting from Hidden Colors, Professor Smalls, he also doesn't need Hidden Colors. He has established himself long enough. He doesn't need Hidden Colors, and nor do he care about the camera. But that's a real situation with Professor Smalls, and this is a manufactured situation. This is a manufactured situation, and I'm going to break it down. Now, one of the things that you have to understand is that people like 19 Keys, they are so desperate to be seen and to be a part of something that they actually become a part of secret societies. Now, what I'm trying to show you is that, let me see. Hold on. Let me show you something. All right, what I'm trying to show you is that if you pay attention to his hand, all right, and you see the handshake, he's telling you what he's doing right before your face, all right? So one of the things that you have to discover first is that these people are Masons, all right? So when you look at his hand, look where his thumb is pressed. No one presses hands like that. Let me give it to you if you don't like it. The grip, the real grip of the fellow craft. You see that? These are Masons, number one. Can you see it? Can you see it? These are Masons. They playing with you. You believe anything they put before you, then that's on you. I'm here to show you that that's not the case. They're selling you hope. That's all they're selling you is hope. You understand? They're selling you hope. That's it. No one shakes hands by pressing that knuckle like that unless they are a part of the craft. And those that's a part of the craft, they don't reveal. You understand what I'm saying? They steal, they don't reveal. And they conceal everything that they do. So they work together. Listen, family, they work together in order to keep themselves on top of whatever agenda that they have going on and whatever agenda that the people or fellow craft have going on. Their brotherhood is associated within the Masonic order. You ain't got to believe me. No one shakes hands like that. No one shakes hands like that unless they are part of the order. Now, you call it conspiracy theory all you want. Now, with that being said, if you look up 19 Keys is a thought leader and entrepreneur. That's what he called himself. He talk about high-powered conversation. And it says, focus on personal development, AI, and financial literacy, not specific Freemason degree, Mason degree. Listen to this. He uses 19 keys to represent unlocking the minds, focusing on self-awareness and empowerment. But what you need to pay attention to, The 19th degree in Freemasonry, Scott is right, is Grand Pontiff, which teaches that good triumphs over evil. Now stop right there for a second. Stop right there. Stop right there. Just because he chooses 19 keys that good triumphs over evil, his concept of good triumphs over evil would be in the interest of the lodge and the interest of the brotherhood. I got Akron Hip Hop TV over here. Family, y'all need to get over there and subscribe. He's a brother of the craft too. And he's a brother of the craft, and he know his brother craftsman. Akron Hip Hop, 19 keys is of the craft like you. Tell the truth, brother. Akron Hip Hop. Come on. Come on. Your brotherhood and your temple, Masonic temple, and your brotherhood come before everybody. Now, with that being said, thank you so much, Samurai King, Samurai Akim. I appreciate you, family. Listen, so here we go. Now, this is 2022. Here we go again. The same concept that I broke down before. This is 2022. All right. This is 2022. See, Akron Hip Hop, he can't reveal the secrets. But I'm going to call him tomorrow and we going to reveal it to me. Listen. This is 2022. Tariq Nasheed and 19 keys. Now, I want you to ask yourself a question. What Tariq been doing since 2019 with FBA, are you telling me that the intelligent 19 keys was unaware of Tariq's position before he signed up to be in Hidden Colors 6? Family, talk to me in the chat. Family, talk to me in this chat. Are you going to convince me that the intelligent 19 keys, high level conversation, 19 keys, is unaware of Tariq's position in 2026? Why would the guy even get in the documentary after we know the rhetoric, especially during the time of election, the rhetoric of FBA? So you're going to give a person that says that they highly intelligent. You're going to give the person that says that if you wear this bandana, you're going to be intelligent. You're going to give them the benefit of the doubt to say they just figured it out in 2026. He not dumb. They're not dumb. You are dumb. This is all theater, family. Why would you, hold on. Why would you give a person the benefit of the doubt that market himself on high level? Hold up, let me see what it's saying. He's called that conversation he talks about. He calls it some type of high level conversation. Hold on. Let me get it. 19 keys. I want the real name of what he called it. Now, 19 keys. High frequency conversation, high level conversation, I think he called it. Yep, that's what he called it. High level conversation. Give me a second. So listen, this is the problem with us. We give people the benefit of the doubt that don't deserve it. All right? We give people the benefit of the doubt that don't deserve it. Here we go. Because y'all playing. I ain't going to let you play with me. All right. Here we go right here. Listen to this, family. We're going to give the people the benefit of the doubt that says that they have a high-level conversation. He marketed himself with high-level conversations. But now, all of a sudden, he missed that? and it just come to remembrance in 2026, nah. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. We are being tricked into a marketing plan. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Stop giving intelligent people the benefit of the doubt and thinking that they're stupid. They're not stupid. They're not stupid. They're very intelligent. They're playing on your ignorance. They're playing on your stupidity if you choose to buy into it. These people are not dumb. They know exactly what they're doing. This stuff is calculated. This stuff is theater. This stuff is marketing. These people are not leaders of any community on the ground. These people are not leaders of no neighborhood. These people are not leader of anything except for grifting. That's it. One hand washes the other. One hand washes the other. And like I said, 19 Keys has built his own brand by being pushed by the people within the algorithms and before your face. He doesn't need hidden colors. He doesn't need hidden colors. He doesn't need Tariq Nasheed. So guess what? Tariq Nasheed, I can fumble the ball for this one. I can take the hit for this one. It won't hurt my brand because his brand has been made by those pushing him to the front. And like, what does he do? What do 19 Keys do for real? Am I yelling too much? What does 19 Keys do for real? What is his brand about for real? Lip service. That's all of his. 19 Keys brand is no more than lip service. That's it. Telling people what they can do, what they should do, but he has no proof that he's done it himself. That's it. And he calls it high-level conversation. And they dress it up with some shiny chains and a shiny background of a podcast, and they tell you that this is high-level conversation. High level? High level. It's not high-level conversation. It's big words, fancy garbs, big words, fancy garbs in a set, and great production. It's all theater. It's all theater. So while everybody's arguing about 19 Keys and Tariq Nasheed, that's helping the algorithms to sell the demonstration. See, the difference between me and the rest of them, that I go against all conventional thinking. I go against all conventional thinking. My concept is not even associated with the average person concept because I see right through the game. I know what the game look like. I know. I've been watching them for years. So this is them in 2022. All right, 2022. Listen, not only 2022, here's another picture, 2022. They know each other well. This ain't like I picked them to put them in a movie because I picked them to put him in a movie because I seen a few streams of his. They know each other well. He know Tariq Nasheed position before 2026. What type of crazy person would give these supposedly intelligent people the benefit of the doubt of being dumb? That don't make sense. You're going to give them the benefit of the doubt of being dumb? No. You give them the benefit of being dumb, they're going to run circles around you. Because the objective is to catch you off guard and to work with your emotions of your identity purse strings and then run circles around you. So no, I don't give Maat the benefit of the doubt that she not sure. I don't give nobody the benefit of the doubt. These people are very intelligent. And in the words of Farrakhan, they're wickedly wise. They're very intelligent. They know exactly what they're doing. Now, listen, let's go a step further. When you look at these grifters, they all work in the same circle. They all in the same circle. So you see Billy Carson and you see 19 Keys. It's a whole ecosystem of grifters. When one fall, the other pick the other one up. When one fall, the other pick the other one up. When extreme things need to be done, they call on Vlad. If they need more backup, they call No Jumper. One fall, the other pick one up. One fall, the other pick one up. It's a whole ecosystem. But when you look at the work that they do in a community that says that they are about community, the community does not exist. I don't care who you talk about. Okay, the community, where is Billy Carson community? All you got to ask yourself is, where is these people community? Where is Auntie? Where is the cookout? Family, I don't know about you, but we as a group of people, when we go out to the community, we have a cookout. When we go out to the community, we see Auntie. When we go out to the community, we laugh and joke. And in this age of social media, when we go out in the community, we take pictures of us in our community, in our comfort zone. In our comfort zone. Where is these people community? These people don't have a community. The only community that they have is this fictitious, made-up community online, and they grift those people out of their hard-earned money. And so when people like me or anybody else that step foot to do something in a real community, the trust is gone and we can't get no support. This is why I expose these grifters, because they make it hard for the real people who doing some real work out here. This is why I expose them. They don't get to be on these airways talking that slick stuff. I'ma sue you. Well, sue on then. I ain't got nothing anyway. Sue on. But know for sure I can handle myself in them courtrooms. But sue on. Keep on threatening to sue somebody and all that stuff because you've been acting crazy. Know what I mean? Now, hold on. Let's go. These people work together. It's all a hustle. It's all it is. It's a hustle. You know what I mean? It's all a hustle. It's all a hustle. That's it. Where you find one, you're going to find the rest of them. Where you find Yaki, you're going to find the rest of them. It's all a circle. It's a circle of grifters. That's all it is. These people don't have no real community. It's a circle of grifters. That's it. They put before you by ones that control what you see. The television has now turned into the lie stream. Y'all hear what I say? The television now turns into the lie stream. So whatever lie that they want to stream, they put it right before your face, and you hear it so much and you see it so much that you believe it to be accurate. But it's all promotion. It's always the underlay for the overlay. These people ain't building on no community effort. These people ain't doing what no Garvey did. Got the gall to try to disrespect Garvey. These people haven't invested in nothing like Garvey did. These people ain't organized people like Garvey did. These people ain't do nothing like the UNIA did. What are you talking about? People ain't do nothing. These people, listen. These people are working the agenda for those people. I mean, these people are working the agenda for those people. High Bear Chief said the conscious community been overrun. Yaki legit though, at least his science is. Let me tell you what Yaki does. Stop, High Bear Chief. Let me tell you what Yaki does. Yaki regurgitate. Hold up. Don't tell me Yaki is legit. Let me explain something to you, how one is educated in certain fields of expertise. Normally, they are educated by one who was educated in that field. Yaki does with all the grifters has done in the social community, social media community. They find information, they regurgitate it and spit it back like it's their own. And you're convinced that this person is intelligent. Polite used to do the same thing. They find information that you're not privy to. They regurgitate it and spit it back like it's their own. It's not theirs. They haven't been, just because a person put on a lab coat and look at a microscope, you believe it's theater, family. It's called theater. It's called theater. Somebody said, and disprove his science, not the character. It's easy to disprove. Do you want to come on and represent his science? He won't come on next to me. It's easy to disprove. But I won't disprove the science, but I will prove that it's not his science. I will prove that he's reading stuff off the internet and selling it back to you as legitimate. Now, I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that. Whether you believe it or not, that's on you. Whether you believe it or not, that's on you. But that's all he's doing. How do I know that?
I just made $250,000 in 30 days. Really? Did I get finessed?
Let me show you how I know that. Somebody said Tariq Nasheed ended Taharka's career. I don't have a career in YouTube if you're thinking that's my career. I beat the lawsuit. How he end my career? He owes me money. How did he end my career? But anyway, if that's what you believe, if losing look like this, hey, you done fell for the banana in the tailpipe. Anyway, back to my point. I can't pay you no time, Rose. Anyway, the whole point that I'm making is that Yaki, no different than young Pharaoh. You know what I'm saying? Yaki, no different than young Pharaoh. No different than Polite. No different than Inky. The only difference between Yaki and them is that he looked at their mistakes, he looked at their errors, and he polished it up just a little bit more sellable for his audience. But he's no different. He's no different at all. He's not no different. But you can tell who the grifters are by who they surround themselves with. You don't see Yaki around bona fide doctors. Listen, doctors hang together. Truck drivers associate with each other whenever they see each other. Oh, you drive a truck? Yeah, I drive a truck too. Press 7 if you understand what I'm saying. If you're a truck driver, right, and you are in Rite Aid, and you see someone and they drive, oh, you drive a truck. Y'all start having a conversation about driving trucks. How that conversation go, I don't know, because you're just going up and down the road, but you have a conversation about your load. You have a conversation about something. No difference than when you got grifters. Grifters hang with grifters. You see what I'm saying? You don't see them hanging with no bona fide PhD doctors. I mean, you don't see that. Because it's a grift. And just because you fall for it. Listen, at the end of the day, let me explain something to you. At the end of the day, let me explain something to you. A grift doesn't work if it's easy detected. It's supposed to be hard to detect. A grift is not a good grift if you can figure it out in 8 seconds. No one can take advantage of you if you can figure it out in the first 5 sentences. It's supposed to look real. It's supposed to feel real. It's supposed to come off as legitimate. It's supposed to. You feel me? It's supposed to look legitimate. Somebody say, so you talking personal issues, business is separate and personal. I'm not talking about personal. What did I say personal? I don't know the man to talk personal. How bad, Chief? You must have bought some stuff from that brother. I didn't say nothing personal about that brother. I don't know him personally. I just know what a grift look like when I see it. I know what a grift look like. I know that I've been around this conscious community on the internet for over 10 years, and I know what it looks like. Just because someone just came in and came around and they done bought into the concept, I've already seen it played in and played out many, many times. I done seen the same blueprint play in and play out. Play after him, there'll be another one. After him, there'll be another. They come and go all the time. You know what I'm saying? But they use the same format. They don't have no background in the expertise that they talk about. They don't have any credibility or anybody of credibility that vouch for them. They just come right in. Now, when we have somebody in the streets, we looking for somebody who can vouch for us. If you come in the streets and somebody trying to come in, you're like, who is him? Who is that person? Hold up. That. Anybody know him? The thing is about our community, you can just pop up and start popping slick and everybody be like, that man is so smart. But nobody says, who is that guy? Where he come from? And that's how Tariq Nasheed was able to pop into the community as it relates to being a pimp. That's how Tariq Nasheed was able to pop in the community as being a conscious brother as it relates to Hidden Colors. That's how he was able to pop in the community because no one asked, where did he come from? And if people would have just asked, where did he come from? Who is he? Where is his community? Then it would have shut it down from the beginning. But here you go 30 years later, and you still don't know from his mouth what his name is. You still don't know. You still don't know what Tariq Nasheed's name is. Over 30 years, the guy never said, my birth name is this. And got a whole group of people on the internet believing that he's a FBA. Oh, we're going to go into his DNA. We're going to go back into that because he flashed something on there to act like that was his people's. Oh, we're going to get into that too. You know what I mean? We're going to get into that this week. I'm doing a show every night this week. I'm trying my best. We're going to get into that too. I got the receipts. We're going to get into that too. Oh, yeah. We're going to get into that too. But let me get into this. When you look at the grifters, they all rock together. Stop acting as if these grifters do not associate with each other. They associate with each other. Stop acting like that they're doing something that's going to benefit your community or liberation. They're not doing anything to benefit your community or liberation. They're only doing what will benefits themselves and what would make you think it benefits you, whether it relates to health, whether it relates to the intellectual capacity, or whether it relates to aliens and everything in between. Everything in between. And if our people in 2026 walk around with a computer in their hand called iPhone or Android phone and they fall for this, they deserve everything they got coming to them. I'm sorry. They deserve everything they got coming to them. Let me say this to the infamous Marty Marr. I'm not attacking Yaki personally. Let me be clear. I'm just telling you what a grift look like. Now, a part of a grift, you have to be likable also to somebody. You have to be likable to somebody. Or you can't grift them. Now, High Bear Chief say, look at the weight loss. That's one thing you can't fake. Brother, in my book, Yaki looks sick. Yaki looks sick. Yaki look healthy right there. Yaki looks sick right here. Don't, listen. That's my opinion. Yaki looks sick right here. You understand? Don't talk about, but you can't fake the weight loss. The brother look sick. I hope he's not. He look healthy right there. So I'm not sure why would you point that out, because from where I come from, he looks healthy right here. I said what it is. I said what it is. I said what it is. It's my opinion. But hey. So look, these people are no more. Listen, these people are no more than vendors. After they smooth talk you, hear what I say? After they smooth talk you, the next step is to sell you something. They will go to any length to try to sell you something. Look at 19 Keys right here. Looking like a European model suspect. But the objective is to sell you something. It's always about selling you something. These are vendors. These are not liberators, nor are they educators. They will sell you anything. They will white label anything. In other words, somebody would ask them, can you rubber stamp this? I will pay you this. They would say yes. It's about the dollar. They will rubber stamp all this stuff. They will rubber stamp all this stuff. I like what Jesse Horstman said. I thought you were interesting for a minute, but lately I realized that your soul belongs to Mammon, and your act is gibberish, imitation of people who explain things you don't appear to understand. Listen. What I'm trying to explain to you is that these people are a class of their own. They are a class act. Hold on, let me put it out. My bad. They are a class act of their own. My bad. And pull this down so you can see it. They are a class act. Listen, again, I said it earlier and I'll say it again. It's all theater, and these are all vendors in the theater. That's all it is. It's theater. But you let somebody sell you on theater, they're going to sell you on the vending popcorn. These are all, listen to this. Listen, they all hang together. Look at Sabir Bey. Taj Tariq Bey. Two of the most misinformed Moors as it relates to the Moorish Science Temple of America. Taj Tariq Bey been lying for years as it relates to Moorish science. People gonna get mad because I say it. Been making up stuff for years. Talking a whole bunch of, you talking about gibberish. Yeah, the Pope, and then the Pope, and then you talk to the Pope, and then you turn this into the Pope, and the Sabir Bey, same way. A bunch of gibberish. They all hang together. They all hang together. The most, listen, it's all a grift. It's all a grift. Yeah, you got to go to the Jesuits, and the Jesuits like, man, I'm not talking to the Pope. Send this to Homeland Security. Homeland to who? What? They all grifting, man. They all grifting. Some of them are more appealing than others. And the people that fell for the grift, they'll get mad at me because I told them that it's a grift. but they all grifting. Now, the thing about Sabir Bey, I'm not saying that Sabir Bey is grifting. Let me straighten that right now. Sabir Bey is not grifting. Sabir Bey is just confused. 1 minute he's a Moor, the next minute he's Nation of Islam, the next minute he's Ethiopian, the next minute he's something else. Sabir Bey just confused. And then he said, listen, I don't nobody want to challenge me. Hey, you know I got this book called $3 million. Because, see, y'all don't read. And you can't afford this book for $3 million. So Sabir Bey, he not grifted. He just out of order. he just all over the place. You know what I mean? I do like his efforts that he tried to do the documentary of Prophet Noble Drew Ali and all that. It was trash. It was trash. Let me tell you, it was trash. But he tried. He tried. So, what about Asir the Duke of Tears? Asir the Duke of Tears, I love the brother, but I gotta be clear, don't get mad with me. He is good at word salad. Asir is amazing with word salad. When you pull back the layers, there's no value. You pull back the layers of some of these people, there is no value. I love my brother Asir Duke of Tears. But what value does he bring to liberation? It's word salad. It's all word salad. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. There's no community there. There's no movement there. It's nothing there. It's all internet word salad. It's not practical. You can't use it. You can't do nothing with it. All you can do is listen to it. It's like, wow, for real? For real? It's all word salad. It's nothing. It's nothing. And let me tell you something. Natitos. Everybody will get mad at me because I'm going to call it straight down the line. These people ain't spitting nothing. That makes sense. But listen, all of these people are working together. You see this? They all work together. Nick Cannon, remember Nick Cannon? All of the big platforms. He get on all the big platforms. They arrange these things. You follow me? All of the platforms. This is how they get in front of your face. And they sell you on these ideas because you're forced to look at them. And at the end of the day, this is what you get. This is what you get. So they keep putting it in your face. Listen, family, I got a lot of more that I could break down. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just telling you, if you fall for the 19 keys thing, listen, it's all theater. It's all theater. It's all theater. The realest one in this group right here, the realest one is Ben X. Why do I say Ben X? Because I watch Ben X produce some valuable work. I watched him produce some valuable work. Now, people would say Ben X is grifting. I haven't witnessed that. What I have witnessed, though, is that Ben X associate himself with people and then Ben X don't call him on it. Because if I associate myself with some people and they've got my name looking bad, I'm going to call you on it. That's my only problem with Ben X. Because Ben X know that these people ain't right. But Ben X is the energy that says, man, I'm going to keep that down. I'm going to go ahead and do this over here. I ain't even going to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then the thing is that if you're about community building, then at the end of the day, then you need to let us know who ain't right. You need to let us know who ain't right. And when you fail to not let us know that who ain't right, then people start looking at you like you ain't right. That's it. When you fail to tell us who ain't right, then people will start looking at you like you ain't right. That's my only issue with Ben X. Ben X know that these people had Ben X in a bind. Ben X know that these people ain't right. He know. And for all of those, and for all of those that walk in these circles, that know and don't say, you might become the content. You might become the content. Now, I don't want you to become the content, but you might become the content. Let me close you out with this. When you look at trying to sell microphone check, Fat Joe made one statement and said, FBA, blah, 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 blah. It made major waves and drew interest into the viewing of microphone check. Microphone check failed because myself was making videos like this and other people got wind of it. Ultimately, he had to make a whole AI production and the hype was lost. But even Fat Joe, I believe now, in hindsight, that was also orchestrated. Why do I believe that? Fat Joe was never canceled. In fact, he went on to have a successful, which today, and I love it, the podcast Joe and Jada. One of the first podcasts on Netflix. He never got canceled. I believe Joe took the bag to say what he had to say to get this algorithm pumping into the next plateau to sell microphone check. Controversy sells. I believe Fat Joe took the bag, and he always talking about the bag. I believe he took the bag to start the controversy. I don't believe that they was beefing at all. It's all theater. It's all theater, family. At the end of the day, it's all theater. Stop falling for it. At first, I thought it was a real thing. And then I was like, nah, this doesn't make sense. There is no major platforms. That is getting that Fat Joe. The only people that's getting that Fat Joe is these crazy little weird FBA corners. And if you are stuck in these FBA corners, that becomes your total reality. But if you branch out and you look at mass media, you'll find out that ain't nobody talking about these things except for these little pockets on the internet. This stuff ain't real stories. This stuff is controlled stories, and it is theater. And that's what it is. And just like Tariq said, he made $250,000 in 30 days. In fact, he probably made $100 million. He probably made 100,000, and the rest of the stuff was coming from places to pay him for what he had said about the Europeans are going to pay him a big bag to come at Africa.
I just made $250,000 in 30 days. Really? Did I get finessed?
Check 1 2. Check. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? 1 2. Check 1 2. Check. Don't become the content.
Real deal. Let's go. Yes, sir.
Hit that thumbs up.
I said the feds is watching, informing, plotting to get me, because I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. They thought they catch me in Cali, smack me up with some charges. If I was 20, well, that probably would have stopped them up regardless. On the run from the feds, because that boy is a fed. The thing was back in the day, I put a price on his head. You wanna swing on the guard, you little swindling fraud. With the feds on the block, the roof and in the car. Nah, I'm a little smarter. I live to fight tomorrow. I refuse to let you leave me to slaughter, you little punk. I got children to raise, I got people to uplift. Your intentions is to enslave my people in grift, and at the same time snitch on anybody suspicious. You a government witness and they just changed your name. Gave you a new identity, location in vain. But they know who you are. You can't hide no more, Marcus. It's coming to light. What you done did in the darkness, been an agent for years. Yeah, back in 91, you infiltrated the rap game. It's Cosmo Flex, your job is done.
Hey!
The feds is watching, informants plotting to get me cause I'm exposed.
Thank you for watching, family. I'm coming back tomorrow. If I miss tomorrow, I will definitely be back Tuesday. Press 7 if you can hear me.
They say I'm trolling like 50. I said the feds is watching, informants.
I'll be back tomorrow, but if I happen to miss tomorrow, I'll be definitely back on Tuesday. Definitely, family.
Like 50. I said the feds is watching, informants plotting to get me cause I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. I got the heart of Muhammad and the wisdom of Ali. I never say why me, instead I say why you. Didn't heed the warning, you know how I do. Destroy them devils, cause the devil's a punk. I'm the manifest of God, start cresting it on. And use a Twitter revolutionary way to get hacked. I say I got smacked, sitting in front of your compact. I'm boots on the ground, 10 toes down out west. I could have called on my people and pulled up to your rest. In your gated community is your federal prison. Don't think that we don't know how you really living, we got you. The feds watching, informing, plotting to get me.
I just made $250,000 in 30 days. Really? Did I get finessed? I just made $250,000 in 30 days. Really? Did I get finessed?
Pan-African or perish.
I just made $250,000 in 30 days. Really?